Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. Did you guys miss us last week?
We went on a little hiatus. We're sorry about that.
We actually did not plan on missing a week, but as our week progressed, we decided we're going to take a break this week. We thought we had scheduled a post letting you guys know that. Apparently we didn't, and lots of you guys reached out to see if we were okay.
Yes, we got lots of text messages, instant messages, all the things, emails to make sure that we were all right, and we really appreciate that, guys, because we sometimes forget that you might miss us or you don't know what's going on. And so when we realized that post didn't go out, it was a little late to send out a post, but we did reply to everyone to let you know we're all good.
And you're probably wondering, why did you guys not put out a video on either channel? Well, it goes back to our last video where we talked about me and her and what is most important. I actually said me and her.
Me and her.
Yeah.
Me and him. So we were kind of taking our relationship back to the basics and just kind of trying to slow down our lives a little bit. And with that came putting a pause on filming for a day. Kevin realized that he was going to have a very full, 2 weeks coming up. And so we intentionally scheduled a down day, an off day, where we weren't online, we weren't filming, we weren't doing anything that related to social media or YouTube, and we just took that day for ourselves. And so that's why we didn't have a video, because typically that would be the day that we were filming if he had any type of off day from mowing or from his other job.
So normally we schedule one day a week, and I try to film the off the path videos and the on the path videos. Well, things are going pretty well. I would say we're blessed, but we're blessed in the wrong way. We're blessed because that trailer right there is making money. This truck right here is making money.
You're blessed with an abundance of work, which is something not everyone is blessed with. So yes, you have a skill set, and it's very much needed in this part of the world.
That being said, this guy right here, I'm busy. I'm busy. If I'm not out mowing with tractor stuff, I'm pulling that trailer around and I'm working all day, every day, which doesn't leave much time for us.
Right.
Which is part of the reason we made the last video, because I was already getting busy then, and we realized that the busier I got, the further away we got.
Yep.
So
come closer.
We made the last video telling you what we learned.
Yes.
Well, we still have some commitments. We're working on making this not as hectic, but we have commitments we have to finish taking care of.
Right.
And then we're going to slow that down just a little bit.
Yeah, and so finding an off day, really an off afternoon or an off day, is so rare in his world right now, but things just timed up perfectly the other day, so we just took that day to ourselves. So that's why we didn't have a video out, but I think we're working on scheduling you more off days in the future. Once we get past these next 2 weeks of commitments, I think we're gonna have some hard set dates of Kevin won't be working, at least on mowing stuff those days, because it gets to be a lot, especially when you're in the tractor and you're gone from sunup to sundown, because you could really be there as long as you want because the tractors have lights. So you can work forever in hundreds of acres of fields, right?
And it's happened a lot lately. I've been working till 9-10 o'clock at night with the hopes that it would give me more time off the next day to be with y'all.
Right.
And what happens is just more work shows up.
More work. It always comes. But that's okay. That is a blessing. Like we've said, we know that mowing season is kind of closing down probably soon, so work hard while the work is there, and then we'll enjoy some relaxation come wintertime.
All right, enough about that. Well, sort of about that. So we just told you we're trying to schedule more off time together.
Right.
With them and them. And people have been asking, what else did we do from the last video to fix what was happening between us?
Right. There were so many comments, which was refreshing to see that we weren't the only ones going through this struggle.
Pause.
Okay.
I was actually terrified to release that video because I said it's too personal and it talks too much about us.
Yeah, but I think it was necessary because it's something that you don't see from a lot of people who share their lives on social media. So I think it's important, and it's also important for us to share it because we learned through you guys that there were so many other people that have either A, gone through this, or B, are going through this. And it's just refreshing to know that you're not in something all by yourself. Like there's other people with the same struggles, and you can kind of like talk your ideas out. We loved all the comments, all the suggestions we've gotten on things that we can do, but we did have a lot of comments of people and direct messages of people who wanted to know, what exactly are you doing that's helping your relationship get back to what it was?
First step was we needed to slow this down. Now, we weren't doing this on purpose.
No.
We had some significant expenditures when we first moved in. Expenditures we didn't plan on spending, but you guys know, if you've been watching, we spent like $4,000 fixing the sewer system.
Within just a couple weeks of living in the house, yeah.
And then I took Alicia's car to get a tire plugged, and I came home with four new tires.
4 new tires, so that was a cost we definitely weren't expecting.
And then Buddy got hit by the bus,
which was another huge expenditure. Yeah, it's just a lot of things have added up over the course of the last couple months, I think.
So then I said I can make more money real quick, so I started this little side hustle to my other side hustle, and it spun out of control, and I got 2 full-time hustles. But the idea was, let's recover from all those expenses,
right?
Which was cool because we agreed that let's fix the bank account a little bit.
Yes.
Well, we also agreed that was not helping our situation,
right?
Because I was gone 7 days a week, 10 to 12 hours a day.
Right, and sometimes he's in these large fields that have 0 cell reception, so like he can't be on any type of wireless internet, any type of cell signal, like there's nothing. So there's no contact to just check in with each other throughout the day. So that made it tough because like literally he's leaving when we wake up the girls for school, and then he's not coming home until they're already asleep. So they were missing him, I was missing him, he was missing us. Like it just wasn't a great setup.
So we decided we're gonna finish our commitments, but we're already scheduling us time.
Right.
What's the second thing?
Well, I just want to touch on this. Like now when he does have cell signal, one of the main things we've done as a couple is we check in with each other throughout the day, which we weren't doing before, unless it was work related or someone's hurt. Like we didn't talk during the day. We would just see each other in the evening and talk. So we're on the phone a lot more during the day, which I think has helped us immensely. Don't you think? Like
3 weeks ago, I called her and she says, "Is it a slow day at work? You never call me like this." The other day we talked for 4.5 hours.
Yeah, so we've had some great talks. Just checking in and being there for each other, I think, has been a huge thing, and not feeling like we were in this alone. Like he's over here doing all this work trying to get our bank account back up, and I'm over here doing all this work trying to keep the household and the children in order. And just knowing that we have each other, even though we're not in the same location, I think has been a huge game changer for us. So that was one of the things.
The other thing, and this one may not apply to majority of y'all, but you have some version of this. I'll show you. This thing right here in my hand.
I don't even have mine.
See, she doesn't have hers.
Mine's not in my pocket for once.
We made a conscious decision to stop having the phone in front of our face when we're in the same room.
Yeah, and not even just when we're in the same room. Like say we're over at Phil and Lolo's or whatever, we're trying to just put the phone away. Like it's not a great example for the kids, because we're trying to teach them, hey, let's have some technology limits when you have your tablets and things. But then we're constantly on our phone. Like it's kind of like a catch-22. Like you can't say one thing and then do another. So we're definitely putting the phone away, putting the phone down. Now during the day, like I said, we are on the phone talking to each other, but just mindlessly scrolling, like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, it can all just consume your time. And when you look up and you realize you wasted an hour on what? Like it's not a great use of time if you're just using it to pass time.
Also for us, because we have 2 YouTube channels, there's an app that most of y'all may not know about. We have a side of YouTube that we get to explore on an app. That app can consume your entire day with the amount of data you have to your own channels. And it's something we used to thrive on because we liked seeing what was going on with the channels. And then we realized it's the same as the other scrolling. it just consumes your time. You can spend hours checking out your channel and just looking at all the data and trying to figure out what you need to make videos on.
It's like the business side of YouTube. So it tells you your revenues, if your views are up, how videos are performing, and it has every video you've ever released on YouTube. It lets you know what's trending. Like, there's all types of things, but the main thing that was consuming my time, I'm not necessarily the analytics part of it, but the comments. Like, when I look back at all of our 3 years of full-time RV travel, and I think about the time I spent commenting back to people who had sent comments to us, I'm thankful that I was able to do it, but also how much time did we spend answering comments that wasn't great for us, because all it did was make us have a phone in our hand so that we can be messaging back. So we've kind of just made a decision. I mean,
well, I have limits now.
Yeah.
I give it every morning when I'm drinking my coffee. I give it 15, 20 minutes answering comments.
Right. And then I try to give it about 10, 15 minutes a day, just scrolling through. We have started putting a little heart, like, we love your comment. That just lets you know we read it. We don't necessarily have time to reply back to everyone. We wish we did. We know that some bigger channels hire someone to reply back. That just doesn't feel very personal to me. Like, I would rather give you a heart and let you know I personally read it than have a third person read it, reply back with what they think I would say, but that's just my personal opinion. So let me know, are you offended if we don't reply to your comment? There are reasons that we don't. We just are trying to minimize the technology time so that we can spend more time together as a family when we're all together.
And another thing that we've been doing, or I've been doing, is I don't leave now until I wake the girls up. So I'll wake them up in the morning and get them ready for breakfast, say goodbye to them. And I also have been quitting my other jobs an hour earlier so I can get home before they take showers.
Right, before they take showers and go to bed. So they have a pretty early bedtime because they have a long school day. So some days they wouldn't see him in the morning. He would already be gone, and then he's not coming home until they were already asleep. So they might go an entire day without seeing him, and that just kind of tugs at your heartstrings that you didn't see your kid that whole day. So, and for them, they didn't see their parents. So that has been a huge game changer. When mom goes in to wake them up for school, they're kind of grumpy. When daddy goes to wake them up for school, they're happy. So, like, it's like 2 thumbs up for everyone, because they get to wake up happy, they get to see him, and he gets to see them, and we all get to leave the house happy. So that's been good.
Are you sure you're happy in the morning?
I'm happy. I'm as happy as I can be at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not a morning person, but I'm working on it.
And that's just some of the things that we're doing to make sure that we stay better than we've ever been for as long as possible.
Yeah. I think another thing, we had a lot of, like, incomplete projects inside the house, like small projects, like we needed to organize this or clean this or do that, and just alleviating some of that stress. Like, let's take a little walk.
Oh, we're walking?
Yeah. I mean, if you just look here, this was full. I mean, and the window's still full, but like this was full of just junk, like that we didn't know where to put where and what to do with it. So we kind of cleaned this area out. Cleaned. Oh.
Remember that off day we took to just rest? That's what we did.
That was our resting. But we were spending time together, and the kids were out here, and it was great. But we've gotten this shop cleaned up a little bit more, so we kind of have everything together where there's just not so much junk. And same inside the house, like there was a lot of boxes that I needed to donate, and they were just sitting there. So we got all that taken out, just trying to get rid of the clutter and just make our lives a little more simple so that we can enjoy our time together instead of spending time like just feeling cluttered.
That actually goes hand in hand. So if you guys go watch the other channel's video for today, you will see that this trailer was as dirty as it's ever been, and that was a result of what's going on in our life.
Hey, for those new viewers, why don't you tell them what that channel's called?
It's called Off the Path with Kevin.
Off the Path with Kevin. That's our second channel, in case you didn't know. But yeah, it's all about that trailer today.
But yeah, I showed them the trailer. It was not YouTube worthy.
Right.
But I wanted to show people because they always say it doesn't actually work. It can't be that clean all the time. Well, it's not always that clean.
Right. And it's when you're so busy, you just literally don't have time to do it all. I do not know how working parents, when both parents work outside of the home, I do not know how you guys do it. I applaud you, because there are days that I literally feel like I have no time to work in this house, yet I'm here all day. Like, it's crazy to me. So just getting things cleaned up inside and outside, and just knowing that we have clean spaces, it's been good. Again.
You want to show them how clean that truck is?
Oh yeah, we haven't made it to the vehicles yet. We all have drawings.
Look, one day Alicia and them came out here and they drew cave paintings all over the side of my truck.
That was Ashlyn and Kayla. Here's mine. I love you. And then you got some on the side of the trailer too, I think. Oh yeah, you got your little person.
That was
right here.
Caden, huh?
No, with the side ponytail.
Oh.
The girl right here. I got one on my car, Waves. That was Caden, I think. So yeah, cars haven't made it into the cleanup of our lives yet, but now that the weather's cooling off, like, it's not gonna be terrible to be out here working in a car because it's not gonna be a billion degrees. So hopefully we get those cleaned up soon.
So now that we've given you the longest example of why we didn't make a video last week and all the things we're doing to be better as a couple, let's tell them a little update on what's going on with all this stuff.
Okay, like with our bigger projects?
All of them.
There's a whole lot of things on hold, and I think previously when we ripped out the kitchen, we told you that it was probably going to be September, October before we got our new kitchen cabinets. Yeah, that's delayed again. So there's a couple of reasons for that. One we touched on earlier, where we've had a lot of expenditures that we weren't really prepared for, that would have went to the kitchen remodel that we've now spent in other places. So we're just giving the bank account a little bit of time to recover.
Yeah, so we spent our cabinet money on taking care of the sewer system, Buddy, and the tires. And it's because we're getting custom made cabinets. They're actually cheaper than the big box stores. The only thing is you have to have real cash. You cannot finance through these companies. So you have to give them real money. Well, it's a cheaper price and we get a better product. But right now, we done spent all that money, so we have to go mow all day so we can get some more money to build some cabinets. So they're on hold again, but also the longer we leave it on hold, the more we kind of massage the idea a little bit.
Right, and I'm actually super thankful that we've put it on hold, because with the challenges we had with like the plumbing and some of the fixtures and the AC leaking, like, we just kind of wanted to live in the house a little bit longer to see what else is going to pop up before we go spend a ton of money on new cabinets that might get flooded out from bad what is this, plumbing lines? I don't know what you call these things. All the water lines under the sink and stuff. So we're just kind of living in the house, seeing, okay, is there anything else that's going to pop up before we make those final design choices and before we start with all of that process.
No cabinets yet. Probably no cabinets this year.
You think?
Well, I mean, it's October. It's
Yeah,
pretty much October.
They'll probably take December off, I bet. Yeah, I don't know. And we've had trouble with like the stain color.
We have not had trouble. You have had trouble deciding a stain color.
Yeah, I've had a lot of trouble deciding the stain color. I thought I had it, and then the cabinet maker wanted me to go to Sherwin-Williams to pick out that color, and Sherwin-Williams doesn't carry that color of Minwax. It's like a whole ordeal. So we've bought 1 million little pints of Sherwin-Williams stain, and I just don't feel like any of them are right, which has also delayed the furniture we're having built because he's still waiting on our stain color. So we've got to get that decided because we need our table, our entertainment center, the extra tables we have going around the house. We just need all of that to help our living situation. So help me pick a stain color. What stain color do you have in your house? What I was originally looking at was a color called Honey by Minwax, right?
Yeah, but it's the Lowe's version.
The Lowe's version. So Sherwin-Williams doesn't carry the Minwax Honey color. They tried to color match it a couple times. It's not the same. I don't know what's different in it, but it's been a challenge. So if you know stain colors and you know what honey looks like, what at Sherwin-Williams is going to get me closest to that, because I'm having trouble.
I'll give you an example. It's not what they call honey.
No, it's not. And it hasn't been anything that they've color matched. And I've tried a couple different colors. And then they're telling me I should probably go get a piece of the wood that we're going to use for the cabinets because they should stain that because it might look different than what I'm putting the stain color on. So there's just all these little variables that have kept us from getting cabinets and then also held us up from getting the furniture completely built and delivered to us.
Another project which you guys saw 2 or 3 videos ago. I was gonna make that match the front. Obviously, I'm getting around to it, right?
We might get to that by next year too.
So I've been so busy that I just haven't finished. Plus, I got to do something with the cracks. The cracks, the stuff I'm using is not, and the really big cracks, it's not hardening up like I want it to. It's still soft.
It feels like rubber almost. So we've got to, I mean, if anyone knows the answer to this, what do you put in these cracks that makes it hard like the actual other surface?
Well, the small cracks, it got hard. It's just the big cracks.
Bigger cracks. It's
like it won't settle or
it's not curing or whatever. So yeah, we've got to do that, and then we can get to painting it. But
we already that's a pretty good project. We've already bought all the stuff. We just have to finish doing it.
Right. We just got to finish it. Then it's been raining every other day. It feels like, so we haven't had time. We haven't had a dry spell to be able to come out here and do that. The yard keeps growing. My mowing man's off mowing everybody else's yard. Like, we've got lots of unfinished things here.
And the girls. We still have not built the girls' bed yet. You haven't actually given me the design yet, but I wouldn't have time to do it anyway.
No, and they do keep asking, especially after Bubba's bed, like, when do we get our bed? And you're like, I don't know when. We did narrow down like a few different styles that they like, but I can't find any plans. All I can find is plans for like a full bed or a queen bed below and a twin bed up top, or 2 full beds. So it's going to take some modification on your end to make them but it's almost like we're going to be combining 2 or 3 different designs, which is going to be lots of fun for you. Sorry about that.
Wouldn't the girls be the complicated one?
Of course. If they didn't have to share a room, you could just build them on an addition.
Oh yeah.
And
so I didn't want to build a bed, so I built a whole new room.
Hey, that's how I think. So yeah, that project, that one's probably our next project, I would say. Don't you think?
I think when things slow down, there's gonna be a lot of projects.
Yeah, and like we said, now that like the weather's nicer, we can lift the garage door and just like work out here, and it's all cleaned up, and so it feels a little more organized. So I think once we do get started on more projects, it'll go a lot faster. It'll be a lot more enjoyable because we won't be bickering or like can't find this.
I'm telling you, when I get hot, I will punch a tree.
He'll punch a tree.
I get so hot. When it's hot out here, I hate it.
Yeah, it does get a little miserable in the Texas heat, but we're getting to the cold weather.
I think it's in the 70s right now.
Yeah, it's coming, so we're excited. This is our first cool morning to wake up to in quite some time, so let's hope it stays.
All right, we done with updates?
Done with updates, I believe.
You want to open some things?
Yeah, so you guys have sent us more things, so I just cut them open. I haven't looked inside, so let's go. I put them on the bed of your truck. All right, so we got 2 packages. This one doesn't say. Hickory Hollow Designs. So this one is from the Giebert family. It says, glad you're feeling better, buddy. So this one's for Bud. If you don't know who the Gieberts are, they are Greg and Katie. Greg and his son took Kevin on a airplane ride when we were in Maine. Yeah. So, aw, that's precious. And it's the colors of our house. We love blue. Oh, upside down. That's so cute.
Thanks, Katie.
Thanks, Katie. Thanks, Greg, too. I'll go ahead and thank you, even though I know you probably have no idea this even showed up at our house. All right.
Oh, I see green.
Oh, Bubba should be awake for this one. All right, so this is from Thomas and Sarah Turrentine. I hope I didn't butcher your last name. So it looks like we've got quite a collection of John Deere things. We have a hat from Thomas's company, L&W Supply, which is a nationwide building and sheetrock company. They might come in handy for that addition you might build the girls. So let's look. This was actually put on their tractor by John Deere when they bought their new tractor.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I wonder how much you got to spend to get them to decorate your tractor.
Ooh. I don't think I want to find out. That's pretty awesome. I don't know if we'll put those in his room or maybe out in your shop. Oh man. Okay, so there's Thomas's company, L&W Supply. I love the colors, red, white, and blue. Go America. Oh.
Oh,
that
man.
looks familiar. We have that one. Bubba's gonna take that one.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Oh, man. Oh. Look, you're already like, which one? Which one?
I don't know. One of those is gonna be mine.
Bubba's gonna claim this one, I'm telling you. He wears his John Deere hat every day that we go pick up the girls from school. He's got to get his hat and his sunglasses, and he picks his green hat every single time. So thank you guys. There's also a little toy for Bubba.
Oh man, another tractor.
Oh wow. He's gonna love that. That's very sweet of you guys. Thank you so much for thinking of our little man and for thinking of Buddy. Like, that's so awesome of you. We appreciate it.
All right, guys, so that's what's going on with Paving New Paths. We didn't mean to duck out on you last week. We thought we were letting you guys know we wouldn't be available. But don't worry, this is the last talking video. We have plans for next week. It involves that truck no longer being that dirty, and the truck gets to be in a local parade.
Yes, it does. It's gonna go do some volunteer work for the community. So I'm excited for this next video. It's gonna be a fun one. And I just wanna say thanks again to Thomas, Sarah, Katie, and Greg for all the goodies. We love you guys.
Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We love you, and we'll see you next week. I promise.